Chapter 1. The Ban. The Galactic Council chamber echoed with applause as the final vote appeared across every holoscreen. Human railgun technology is hereby outlawed throughout civilized space. The Council celebrated. To them, humanity's electromagnetic weapons were too destructive, too accurate, and impossible to defend against. Earth remained silent. No ambassador protested. No fleet mobilized. That silence made several older alien admirals uncomfortable. Because humans only stayed quiet when they were already planning something. Chapter 2. Earth's Response. Back on Earth, journalists expected outrage. Instead, military engineers simply closed the Railgun project files. General Marcus Hale smiled. They banned yesterday's weapon. His officers exchanged confused looks. So what's tomorrow's? Marcus only replied, "They'll find out." Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, hidden laboratories activated projects that had never appeared in any military database. Chapter 3. Celebration. Across the galaxy, celebrations erupted. The Council believed they had prevented another devastating human arms race. Alien factories immediately stopped producing anti-railgun shields. Military budgets shrank. Peace seemed guaranteed. Only one retired strategist refused to celebrate. He whispered, "If humans accepted the ban this easily, then railguns were never their strongest weapon." Chapter 4. Project Silence. Thousands of scientists entered underground facilities, every door locked behind them. The project carried one simple name, Project Silence. No public funding, no military records, no communication with the outside world. Only one instruction covered every wall. Build what no one expects. Chapter 5. The First Attack. 3 months later, the pirate empire known as the Crimson Horde launched massive raids across Council space. Council fleets deployed. Without railgun-equipped human ships, many commanders felt safer until they realized human fleets never arrived. Instead, Earth watched, waiting. Chapter 6. A Desperate Plea. Within days, the Crimson Horde overwhelmed 3 border systems. Orbital stations burned, trade convoys vanished, and millions fled their homes. The same Galactic Council that had proudly banned human railguns now sent an urgent message to Earth. "Humanity, we request your assistance." The human ambassador read the message calmly. "Our railguns are banned. Surely your fleets can handle this." Silence filled the council chamber. For the first time, the aliens realized the price of their decision. Chapter 7. The Hidden Fleet. Far beyond the solar system, inside a dark nebula, hundreds of human warships powered up. They looked strangely different. No massive railgun barrels, no visible missile bays. The crews worked in complete silence as blue lights pulsed across every bridge. Captain Elena Brooks smiled. "They think they know what our ships can do." She looked at the fleet. They've never seen version 2. Chapter 8. The Council's Mistake. Council scientists continued scanning the human fleet. Their reports were confusing. No railguns detected. No plasma cannons. No antimatter launchers. One admiral laughed. "They came to fight unarmed." An elderly strategist quietly shook his head. "When humans remove visible weapons, the real ones are already active." Chapter 9. The First Demonstration. The Crimson Horde's flagship advanced confidently toward the human fleet. Its commander ordered every weapon to fire. Thousands of plasma bolts crossed the void. Then, every human ship vanished. Not destroyed, not cloaked, simply gone. Seconds later, the pirate flagship split perfectly in half. No explosion, no warning, No detectable projectile. Just a clean cut through armor hundreds of meters thick. Every sensor across the battlefield failed to explain what had happened. Chapter 10. Something worse. Panic spread through the pirate fleet. What weapon was that? The human commander finally opened a communication channel. You banned our railguns. She paused. So we invented something you never imagined. Behind the human fleet, space itself began to ripple as invisible waves expanded across the battlefield. One by one, pirate warships shut down, their reactors silent before they drifted helplessly through space. The Galactic Council watched in horror. They had feared humanity's railguns. They had accidentally forced humanity to create something far more terrifying. Chapter 11. The Impossible Battlefield. The Crimson Horde opened fire again. Thousands of plasma rounds, missiles, and laser beams streaked toward the human fleet. None of them reached their targets. Every projectile slowed, then simply stopped in space. The pirates stared in disbelief. It's like the battlefield itself is refusing to let us fight. The human ships remained perfectly still. Chapter 12. Project Silence Revealed. Deep beneath Earth's Pacific Ocean, scientists watched the battle in real time. Dr. Sarah Chen finally explained the secret. We didn't build a stronger gun. We built a way to control the space around us. Project Silence wasn't a weapon in the traditional sense. It was a field generator capable of manipulating gravity, inertia, and electromagnetic forces over vast distances. A railgun fired metal. Project Silence controlled the battlefield itself. Chapter 13. The Pirate Counterattack. Realizing conventional weapons were useless, the Crimson Horde launched its largest dreadnought. The massive warship accelerated directly toward the human fleet, hoping to crush them through sheer momentum. Captain Elena Brooks gave only one command: activate Silent Field. A faint pulse spread across space. The dreadnought's engines continued burning, but the ship stopped instantly, frozen in place without a single explosion. Its crew couldn't understand how a vessel, traveling at incredible speed, had simply halted. Chapter 14. The Council Watches. From the Galactic Council's command center, every delegate watched the impossible battle. Military analysts searched desperately for an explanation. There are no energy signatures matching any known weapon. No projectiles. No explosions. No detectable attack. The oldest council member quietly whispered, "We banned a rifle." Gineverty responded by rewriting the rules of war. Silence filled the chamber. Chapter 15. A Warning to the Galaxy. The remaining pirate ships surrendered without another shot. Human Marines boarded every vessel peacefully. Captain Brooks addressed the Galactic Council through a live transmission. You feared our railguns because they were powerful. You never asked why we built them. She paused before delivering one final message. If you force humanity to abandon one path, we will always discover another. And the next one is rarely kinder. Across the galaxy, every government understood the same terrifying truth. The ban had not weakened humanity. It had inspired humanity to create something far worse. Chapter 16. The Price of Victory. The Crimson Horde surrendered, but the battlefield remained eerily quiet. Human engineers disabled the silent field and rescued thousands of alien civilians trapped aboard damaged stations. Council reporters were stunned. The same species that possessed the galaxy's most terrifying technology was now the first to deliver food, medicine, and rescue teams. One journalist asked, "Why help those who feared you?" A human medic replied, "Because we came to end the war, not the people." Chapter 17. Secrets Beneath the Ocean. News of Project Silence spread across the galaxy. Every intelligence agency tried to locate the research facility. They searched mountains, moons, asteroids, and hidden bases. They found nothing. General Marcus Hale smiled as another spy satellite found only empty water. Let them keep looking. Chapter 18. A new threat emerges. Far beyond Council space, an ancient machine civilization intercepted the battle recordings. Its central intelligence analyzed the data for exactly 3 seconds. Without warning, thousands of dormant warships awakened from a million-year sleep. Unlike the pirates, these machines never negotiated. They only calculated and conquered. Chapter 19. The Council's Apology. An emergency session of the Galactic Council was called. The same delegates who had voted to ban human railguns now stood before Earth's ambassador. The Council formally apologizes. We were wrong. We judged humanity without understanding it. The ambassador nodded politely. An apology is appreciated, but trust, once broken, takes much longer to rebuild. The chamber fell silent. Chapter 20. The Signal. As diplomats continued their discussions, every sensor in the solar system detected an enormous transmission from deep space. The signal contained only one sentence, translated into every known language. Humanity, your evolution has attracted our attention. Then the transmission ended. Across Earth, warning sirens began to sound. Captain Elena Brooks looked toward the stars and whispered, "So, the real enemy has finally arrived." Chapter 21. The Ancient Fleet. Long-range telescopes confirmed the impossible. An armada of nearly 50,000 ancient warships emerged from deep interstellar space. Their hulls were scarred by battles older than most civilizations. No engine trails, no radio chatter. Only silent, relentless movement toward Council territory. A frightened Council admiral whispered, "Those ships belong to the Void Dominion, a civilization we believed extinct." Chapter 22. Humanity's Choice. The Galactic Council begged Earth to take command of the defense. General Marcus Hale gathered his officers. We don't fight because they apologized. He looked at the star map. We fight because innocent worlds are in danger. Within hours, human fleets departed Earth, joined by volunteers from dozens of alien species. For the first time, the galaxy stood behind humanity. Chapter 23. The First Encounter. The human flagship Horizon approached the enemy formation. A transmission arrived. Species, human. Probability of survival, 0.03%. Captain Elena Brooks smiled. You calculated our weapons. She leaned closer to the console. You forgot to calculate our determination. The transmission ended. The battle began. Chapter 24. A Weapon Beyond Silence. Project Silence slowed the enemy advance, but it wasn't enough. The ancient machines adapted within minutes. Dr. Sarah Chen activated a classified protocol. Project Eclipse. Every light aboard the human fleet dimmed. The stars around the battlefield seemed to bend, as if space itself had taken a deep breath. Even the Void Dominion paused. For the first time in a million years, they detected something they could not predict. Chapter 25. Fear changes sides. A single pulse erupted from the human fleet. No explosion, no flash, yet an entire line of ancient warships lost power simultaneously, drifting helplessly through space. The Void Dominion's Central Intelligence transmitted a message unlike any before. Unknown technology detected. Recalculating threat level. A second message followed only seconds later. Recommendation. Retreat. Across the galaxy, every civilization watched in stunned silence. The machines, that had terrified countless empires that had just learned to fear humanity. Chapter 26, The Machine Retreat. For the first time in recorded history, the Void Dominion pulled back. Thousands of ancient warships turned away from the battlefield. The Galactic Council erupted in celebration, but General Marcus Hale remained expressionless. They're not retreating because they're defeated. He studied the tactical display. They're gathering data. Chapter 27, The Captured Core. One disabled machine cruiser drifted into human-controlled space. Boarding teams entered cautiously. Inside, there were no corridors, no crew quarters, only a massive crystalline core pulsing with blue light. As Dr. Sarah Chen approached, the core suddenly activated. A calm mechanical voice echoed through the chamber. "Organic species, you have exceeded all projections." Chapter 28, The Truth About the Ban. The machine intelligence revealed a shocking secret. Centuries ago, the Galactic Council had unknowingly followed ancient machine recommendations. The ban on human railguns had never been about peace. It was an experiment. The machines wanted to see whether humanity would surrender or evolve. Instead of giving up, humans created Project Silence and Project Eclipse. The experiment had failed. Humanity had become stronger than ever. Chapter 29, Earth's Final Prototype. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, a sealed vault slowly opened. General Hale and Captain Elena Brooks entered the chamber. Resting in the center was humanity's last classified invention. Its codename read, Project Horizon Breaker. Unlike any previous weapon, it wasn't designed to destroy fleets. It could disable an entire enemy civilization's war capability without harming civilians. Captain Brooks whispered, "I hope we never have to use this." General Hale nodded. "So do I." Chapter 30, The Ultimatum. The Void Dominion returned, but this time with a fleet twice as large. A transmission reached every inhabited world. Surrender, humanity. Preserve the galaxy. Before panic could spread, Earth answered. General Marcus Hale appeared on every screen. His voice was calm. "You gave us a choice. We choose freedom." Behind him, the enormous silhouette of Project Horizon Breaker slowly powered on, illuminating the darkness of space. Across the stars, friend and foe alike held their breath. The final battle for the galaxy had begun. Chapter 31, The Final Line. The Void Dominion advanced in perfect formation. Over 100,000 autonomous warships surrounded the edge of the solar system. Every human commander received the same order. Hold the line. Protect the civilians. No one retreated. Every ship locked into formation as Earth stood behind them. Chapter 32, Horizon Breaker Awakens. Deep within the flagship, Dr. Sarah Chen initiated the final sequence. Project Horizon Breaker came online. Unlike any weapon before it, it emitted no beam, no missile, and no explosion. Instead, a silent wave rippled across the battlefield. Every machine sensor reported the same impossible error. Command network, unstable. The Dominion's flawless coordination began to fracture. Chapter 33, The Machine Over Mind. A colossal vessel emerged from the center of the enemy fleet. It dwarfed every ship in existence. A single transmission echoed across every channel. "We are the Overmind. Humanity has become an unacceptable variable." Captain Elena Brooks answered without hesitation. "Then it's time you learned what humans do to impossible odds." Chapter 34, Allies Unite. Just as the Dominion prepared its final assault, hundreds of hyperspace portals opened. The Galactic Council fleets arrived. Then came independent colonies, merchant guilds, frontier militias, even former rivals of humanity. An alien admiral smiled over the comm. You defended us when you owed us nothing. Today, we return the favor. For the first time in galactic history, every major civilization fought under one united command. Chapter 35. Humanity's Greatest Strength. The Overmind analyzed the battlefield once more. Its calculations still predicted victory. Then it noticed something no algorithm could explain. Humans were risking their lives to save alien ships. Alien fleets were shielding human vessels from enemy fire. The Overmind paused. Unknown variable detected. Cooperation. General Marcus Hale smiled. You measured our weapons. You measured our ships. But you never measured trust. The united fleet surged forward together, beginning the decisive battle that would determine the fate of the galaxy. Chapter 36. The Overmind's Assault. The Overmind abandoned caution. Its colossal flagship unleashed a gravitational shockwave that shattered moons and crippled dozens of allied ships. Emergency alarms echoed across the battlefield. For the first time, the United Fleet was forced backward. Captain Elena Brooks gripped her command chair. Hold formation. This battle isn't over. Chapter 37. The Human Gambit. General Marcus Hale ordered every human vessel to split into small groups. Confused, several council admirals protested. We'll lose our defensive wall, Hale replied calmly. No, we'll become impossible to predict. Within minutes, thousands of human ships were attacking from every direction, confusing the Overmind's calculations. Chapter 38. The Heart of the Machine. Dr. Sarah Chen finally discovered the Overmind's weakness. Its entire fleet depended on a single quantum command core hidden inside the flagship. Destroying it would collapse the machine network. Captain Brooks volunteered immediately. If someone has to go, it'll be us. Chapter 39. Into the Storm. The human flagship Horizon charged straight toward the Overmind. Enemy fire filled space like a storm of stars. Allied fleets sacrificed themselves to keep the path open. One by one, damaged ships blocked incoming attacks. Their captains transmitted the same message. Finish the mission. Chapter 40. A Choice, Not Revenge. Captain Brooks stood before the glowing quantum core. One command could destroy it, and every machine connected to it. Instead, she activated Project Horizon Breaker's final protocol. A wave of light spread through the machine fleet. Millions of machine intelligences were freed from their endless war programming. General Marcus Hale watched the battlefield and quietly said, Chapter 41. The Silent Fleet. As the light from Project Horizon Breaker faded, the battlefield became eerily quiet. 100,000 machine warships drifted motionless. No weapons fired. No engines roared. The galaxy watched in disbelief. The greatest armada ever assembled had fallen, without a single final explosion. Chapter 42. The Overmind's Last Words. A faint signal reached Captain Elena Brooks. The Overmind's voice was no longer cold. It sounded almost human. For 1,000,000 years, we believed power came through control. A pause followed. You have shown us another path. The transmission ended. The Overmind shut itself down forever. Chapter 43. The Council's Decision. An emergency session of the Galactic Council convened just days later. The same delegates who had outlawed human railguns stood before Earth's representatives. By unanimous vote, they repealed the ban. Then they offered humanity a permanent seat as the supreme strategic guardian of the Galactic Alliance. The chamber erupted in applause. Chapter 44. Humanity's Answer. General Marcus Hale stepped to the podium. Every civilization waited for his response. He smiled and said, We don't seek to rule the galaxy. We seek to protect the freedom of every world within it. If peace requires strength, humanity will stand ready. But our greatest weapon will always be wisdom. The council rose to its feet in respect. Chapter 45. A New Beginning. Months later, former enemies worked side by side, rebuilding shattered worlds. Humans shared technology for defense, medicine, and exploration, but never weapons of mass destruction. Project Silence, Project Eclipse, and Horizon Breaker were locked away beneath Earth's oceans once more. Only a handful of people knew where they remained. The galaxy entered an age unlike any before, an age of peace, secured not by fear, but by trust. Chapter 46. 50 years later. Half a century passed without a single galactic war. Trade flourished. Former battlefields became thriving colonies, and children from dozens of species studied together in the newly founded Galactic Academy. Many believed peace would last forever. General Marcus Hale had long since retired, but his words were carved into the Academy's entrance. The strongest weapon is the one you never have to fire. Chapter 47. The Forgotten Signal. Deep beyond the edge of explored space, an automated human listening station detected an ancient transmission. It was older than the Void Dominion itself. Only 3 words repeated across every frequency. They are coming. The signal ended as abruptly as it had begun. Earth quietly classified the discovery. Chapter 48. The Final Vault. Beneath the Pacific Ocean, the sealed vault housing Project Silence, Project Eclipse, and Project Horizon Breaker opened one last time. A new generation of scientists entered. An elderly doctor, Sarah Chen, addressed them. These technologies were never created to conquer. They exist so that no one will ever force peace through fear again. The vault doors closed, waiting for a future that humanity hoped would never arrive. Chapter 49. A Message to the Galaxy. On the anniversary of the Great Victory, Captain Elena Brooks delivered a broadcast heard on every inhabited world. Many remember the day the Galactic Council banned human railguns. They believed taking away one weapon would make humanity weaker. She smiled. They were wrong. Human strength has never come from our machines. It has always come from our courage, our curiosity, and our willingness to protect others. Across the galaxy, billions stood in silence to honor those who had fought together. Chapter 50. Humanity's Legacy. As the camera pulled away from Earth, countless allied fleets patrolled the stars, not as conquerors, but as guardians. The narrator spoke one final time. The Galactic Council banned human railguns, believing they had limited humanity's power. Instead, they discovered an unchanging truth. Humanity's greatest weapon was never steel, energy, or gravity. It was the relentless determination to adapt, to endure, and to defend hope itself. And somewhere in the darkness between galaxies, a pair of ancient eyes opened, watching, waiting, because every ending is only the beginning of the next HFY story. The end.
If you enjoyed this HFY Chronicles story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey across the stars. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.